Most people think that you have to be 65 years old to start living off your investments. You can start drawing a meaningful income from your portfolio many decades before that. And that first withdrawal isn't necessarily about retirement. By the end of this video, you're going to understand a proven 4% rule that actually works, why 25 is the magic multiplier, and the 5 milestones every long-term investor should track to know when their money starts paying them back. If you're interested in building long-term investments and real wealth, subscribe to this channel where I post at least 5 videos a week on those subjects. Let's get into the video with the question that nobody asks. Most investing content tells you how to grow your money, but almost no one tells you when to start using it. So you spend years saving, budgeting, dollar cost averaging, watching the market go up and down, building compounding wealth, and then one day what? Do you just keep accumulating forever and die with a huge amount of money? These are the questions that you should be asking yourself about what the goal of your investing is. And that's what I'm going to be helping you to answer today. Moreover, I'll help you to understand what the smallest portfolio is that you can actually start funding your life with. The whole framework is built on something called the 4% rule. It comes from a financial advisor named Bill Bengen, who in 1994 ran the math on every 30-year period in the US stock history. His finding was that if you withdraw 4% of your portfolio per year, adjusted for inflation as well, then your money survives 30 years of withdrawals through every historical period, including the Great Depression in 1929, the stagflation in the 70s, and the 2008 spectacular crash. Now, survived means that the portfolio still had money 30 years later through all of this. And in most scenarios, you actually ended up with more money than you started, because the market tends to grow faster than 4% per year on average. So an example is, if you had $1 million invested, that means you could spend $40,000 a year forever without running out. The portfolio essentially keeps compounding whilst you're alive. Here's an easy way to think about it. Imagine planting a money tree. You plant it and it grows 7% bigger every year, but you only pick 4% of the leaves. Because you're picking less than it's growing, the tree gets slightly bigger every year, even while you're spending from it forever. So if you want to spend $40,000 a year, then you need $1 million invested. If you want $80,000 a year, you need $2 million invested. And if you want $144,000 a year, that's $3.6 million invested. And this is the formula that every long-term investor needs to understand. Annual spend times 25 equals the portfolio that funds you forever. Now, here's what most people get wrong about this. They think that they need to hit the 1 million or the 3 million before they can even start to touch their money. It doesn't need to work like that. You don't go from fully grinding to fully retired in one simple step. You layer it in. The portfolio takes on more of your monthly costs as it grows. Milestone 1 is the $300,000 mark. That's your first meaningful withdrawal, where you can start to withdraw $1,000 a month from your portfolio. This is when investing stops being abstract and starts to really impact your day-to-day life. Milestone 2, $600,000. That starts to be real freedom, $2,000 a month. That covers now a meaningful chunk of your costs. Perhaps that's your rent, perhaps that's your food and groceries. Milestone 3, $1.2 million. This is when you can start to withdraw $4,000 a month to live from. For most people in the world, this is enough to cover their basic life and perhaps more. You can probably stop working if you want to at this point. And if you want to keep working, that's up to you. It's optional how you spend your time. Just make sure you enjoy it, because now the pressure is really off. Milestone 4, $2 million. Now you can have a comfortable life. You can withdraw $6,600 a month. This is when a family lifestyle becomes easily affordable from just your portfolio alone. Milestone 5, $3.6 million. You have really full freedom here. You can withdraw $12K a month. This is an upgraded lifestyle target to consider. You've got your family needs taken care of, good living situation pretty much anywhere in the world, and that portfolio really covers most of it. And remember, you don't have to hit this to start. You can really start enjoying your portfolio from milestone 1, or you can reinvest that. It's up to you for accelerated growth. Now, the practical mechanics I want to give you are about how this actually works. And I recommend using a simple 2-bucket system. You should have a cash bucket, which should cover 6 to 12 months of expenses. These can sit in your bank account or spread out across bank accounts that are easy to get access to. Essentially, this is your spending money that is untouched by any stock market crashes. So if the market does crash and you don't want to withdraw from it because it's down, then you can just spend from here and you don't need to sell anything at a loss. The next bucket is the investment bucket, which is basically everything else. This is your investment stocks, your ETFs and the stocks that you choose. And really, it's your wealth engine. In good years, you can trim that to fund your cash accounts or your living expenses, depending on where you are in the financial journey. And of course, in bad years, you just leave it alone and let your stacks of cash cover it. Really, the longest serious bear markets in US history have not gone past 2.5 years. So as long as you have at least a year of expenses in cash bank accounts, then you can survive any normal down cycle without needing to sell at the bottom. So that's the entire mechanics. Spend from cash, refill from investments when markets are healthy, and let the wealth engine compound. So with the final part of this video, I want to give you a step-by-step process to help you implement this. Step 1 is to calculate your annual spend. I encourage you to do your finances every month to figure out what you're spending and what you need to budget on. Don't just assume it. Pull up the real actual numbers from your bank accounts, ideally across a year so you can average it out. Add it up and get the number of what your actual yearly spend is. Then you multiply that number by 25, and that's your target for investment. Step 3 is to find your current milestone. Take your portfolio. If you're under $300,000, you're working towards milestone 1. If you're above 300,000 but not quite at 600,000, then milestone 2 is 600,000. Next, you should track your progress every single month. What did you spend? Where are you on your net worth goal? And this is when the compounding gets exciting, because every year the milestones get closer. Over the months, it looks kind of hazy, but long-term investment starts to take effect 2, 3, 4, 5 years down the line. The last step is to adjust your life as your investments change. Your spend will naturally grow over time, but your income will also grow. And then your targets will shift. So just make sure to recalculate every year. And you don't need to be a millionaire to start living off your investments. The first meaningful withdrawals can start to happen at $300,000 or maybe less, depending on how much you spend. Use the metrics and the calculations that I've put in this video to help you with that. And if you found value from this video, subscribe for more long-term investment and wealth building videos.